Hi there, my darlings. I have to beg off for you for one moment. Look, this is PD, paranormal PD, but now he is Detective Lieutenant, I guess, PD. I have my grocery order that was supposed to show up 2 hours ago, is just now at my door. So, my darlings, hang in there, okay? And enjoy this talk amongst yourselves. Get your get your pen and your paper ready because we got a show, my darlings. Thank you so much. I'll be right back.
Every case leaves something behind. A photograph, a fingerprint, a witness who remembers. But sometimes the answers disappear beneath silence, time, and unanswered questions. Here we return to the evidence. We examine what remains. Because a case may become quiet, but the truth is never truly still. This is the still case.
Hello, my darlings, and welcome to the maiden voyage. I'm out of breath because I was running with bags, and you know how that is. Oh my goodness. Hold on, let me have a drink, and then we're going to get started. Woo! It has been a day, but we're here. And today you're going to see things that you've not seen before from any of my channels. And I've got a few little things that I want to share with you. But first of all, I want to thank you so much I am not monetized on here. So somebody asked me if you can send jewels. Don't worry about it. But I don't even know if you can. I don't even know. So anyway, and you know what? I have thought I need to get some office typewriter background noise for this one, because this is more serious. Anyway, I'm so glad you're here. I am so excited. First of all, I want to address to you something that no jewels yet. Okay, you've got to be monetized. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Hello, my darling. Hi, Timmy. Hi, everybody. Hello, everybody coming in. Do me a favor and please put your little DNA on the like button. Now, I don't know if you are aware of this, but the Arizona AG is reviewing the case for the Pima County Sheriff, so as he is, Christopher Nanos, and is going to decide if she will bring an indictment for his perjury. I say good. Now, here's the thing, because we saw last night, this is not coming from me, it was from the interview room. I'm going to put a banner up here. And I want each and every one of you to take note of that. And I don't care. Okay, sis, you can come up, but not on me. I don't care if you are from Arizona, Canada, Timbuktu, you write. And I'm going to read to you, because you can't see it, it's too small. But I'm going to read to you today what I wrote to the Arizona AG. And here is the letter. And I put it on my letterhead and sent it over with my details. But this is what I sent. So, first of all, this is it. Good. Send them twice. Send them. This is what I wrote. Always address it properly. And here's the thing. If you address these properly, your chances of getting looked at are 1,000% better if you email and say, listen, you bunch of so-and-sos over there, you're full of crap and you're full of this, and this guy's a scumbag and blah, blah, blah. This is what I wrote. To the Honorable, so as it is, Chris Mays, Arizona Attorney General, Office of Arizona, blah, 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 Phoenix, blah, blah, blah. Regarding the request for independent review of allegations concerning Sheriff Christopher Nanos. Dear Attorney General Mays, I was going to say the proper thing is Dear General Mays, but who knows if they'll even know what you're talking about over there. I am writing regarding the allegations of possible perjury involving Pima County Sheriff Christopher Nanos that were referred to your office for review. Although I am not an Arizona resident, I respectfully believe this matter extends beyond state boundaries. The integrity and credibility of law enforcement officer can affect public confidence in numerous past, current, and future cases, particularly when that official oversees investigations receiving national attention. I am not asking your office to presume guilt or reach predetermined conclusion. I am asking that the allegations be reviewed fully, independently, and without political influence. What do you think of that? Because it's a one-party state, got to get that in there. without political influence, and that any action supported by the evidence and Arizona law will be taken. My concern is especially significant because the Pima County Sheriff's Department is involved in an investigation into the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. That case has drawn national interest and remains deeply important to many people. Any unresolved questions concerning the credibility, judgment, or sworn statements of the department's leadership may further weaken confidence in the investigation. The potential impact may also reach other cases handled during Sheriff Nano's tenure. Victims, families, defendants, witnesses, deputies, prosecutors, and the public all depend upon honest testimony, reliable procedures, and trustworthy leadership. I respectfully request that your office conduct a thorough and impartial review of all relevant testimony, records, and supporting evidence, determine whether any criminal, civil, ethical, or administrative action is warranted, and provide an appropriate public statement when legally permitted. Accountability is essential to maintaining trust in law enforcement and the justice system. Thank you for your time and consideration of this serious matter. Now, I'm going to also leave that up there for a second, and I'm going to show you something else. I've also sent something similar to this over to Senator Mark Kelly's office. And there is I'm going to take this down. There is a website. I'm going to share that website with you. I'm going to show you what it looks like because that's what it's all about. Here we are, right here. This is what it looks like. Senator Mark Kelly, and you go over to the area where it says share your thoughts, and then you can come in here, and this is your information. You can put whatever it is in there, and it doesn't give you much, but basically say you're disappointed with how things are handled in the Pima County Sheriff's Department, and you're asking him for change. Now, the one thing I would not do, my darlings, is basically give them a veiled threat, because that's not good. I would not say, you know darn well election's coming up, because they know darn well election's coming up. They know it. So they're going to be held accountable, each and every one. Now, aside from this, I've got one more place that I do want to show you. And let me take this off. And let me see here. This is the White House. And yes, I wrote to President Trump. And yes, if you go over here to the right-hand side of the top of this screen, it is whitehouse.gov/contact. It will give you a form. And this is, you contact the president, and then you're basically saying, look, I am Mr., I'm Mrs., I am oobligada from wherever. And then, of course, this is if you are a junior, senior, whatever. And appellation is either, are you a doctor, you're military, something like that. You can put that, but just remember to put your address, all of that, phone number, email, and you've got 4,000 characters to say, Mr. President, the sheriff stinks. Now, don't say that, but in your best, kindest words, you can say, Mr. President, something here stinks. We don't like it. And that's pretty much it. So I have spent a good part of the day emailing representatives on both sides of the court. I have wrote to even the sheriff's office and told him to pretty much straighten up and fly right, and he has a chance to make this right. So there we go. And it doesn't hurt. The more we write respectfully, and if he doesn't get tossed out on his nanos, then they're stuck with him for another 2 years. Now, the other thing is, I have a very good friend who was involved with elections, not in that particular county, but she kept me abreast of what's going on, and there's a lot of fudging. There's a lot of things that are not so good. She and her family ultimately moved out of Arizona because the environment is not so good. I'm just going to say that. And she was just sworn in as an alderman in, give me a second, I've got cats all over, pardon me. She was just sworn in as an alderman in the state, in the county, in the city that she is in. Pardon me, give me a second. Give me a second. Everybody's wanting to know where we are. Okay, here we are. You know, these cats they sleep and everything else, and I think they know live. I think they know when I'm going live. I know that they know when I'm going live. And that's just the way it is. Anyway, my darling, well, here's the thing, okay? Doesn't matter if it's politically motivated or not. Politically, we have to either vote for these people in order to get them out of office and hold them accountable, or they have to be held responsible in a different way. And quite frankly, I'm not a lawyer, my darlings. I'm not law enforcement. But politically, that's the only way you can do it. Because otherwise, how are you going to get them out of office? Except for the right way. And believe me, I'm a letter writer. That makes a difference. So whether it's politically motivated or not, these people are under a political umbrella and they got to get out. And especially sheriff's nanos, writing to your senator, writing to the White House, writing to and they're not going to retaliate. It's all about making sure that when they are elected into a particular office, that they do their job. Some of you understand what that is. Oh, honey, I'm going to wait and see. Okay. Most of you know what Massachusetts is like. And politically motivated, it's a power trip. We don't need people because, quite frankly, there have been many, many deaths under this sheriff's watch. And it is definitely, that's it. Here's the thing. If the attorney general does not find him guilty of perjury, then what does that say about them? Exactly. Now, Nanos is a bad seed. Now, but here's the thing. She's not going to find him guilty of perjury. She will refer him as a criminal referral over to the DOJ, and they will be the ones who technically he will be indicted. But it's not that simple. They cannot just say, "Oh, you're guilty." It has to go through a process. And in all fairness, that's what we want. That's what our Constitution is for. It gives us that ability to be able to do what we need to do and elect those people. Look at, pardon me, look at Morrissey, DA Morrissey. He's been on a power grab forever because nobody wants to go up against him. So we, the people, have to write these letters. They're all corrupt. And I'm going to tell you something. There ain't nothing worse. And I don't like to say that, but I'm making my point. There isn't anything worse than a criminal with a badge. And in order to do the right thing, you have to go through the right channels and the right steps to get these people out of office. And quite frankly, in my opinion, and that's what this is, in my opinion, I'm not so sure he got in because he's got another court case or another lawsuit pending because of particular antics that he did during his last election there was another officer in his realm. I'm going to say things like this. I know you know what I'm talking about. That he was not happy about because it looked like she was winning in the polls. So he got mad at her and conjured up something ridiculous and suspended her. Now, Marco Rubio, yes. So here's the thing. There's been a lot of things going on in that jails. It's not just Nancy Guthrie. It's the entirety. So thank you, my darling Miss 808. Thank you. Now, I've got to address something back here that one of you, my stars, said. Give me a second. She's happy tonight, but look, see, she digs. Pardon me. She gets on that, and it's psoriasis, and I have to put her down because I can't take it. Okay. Thank you, sister. All right. One of you said that the King of Hearts moved Saturday night. I'll have to look into that. So if you get a chance, here is the addresses again. The Attorney General's office. Now be kind, be nice. You just don't even know. I was writing that letter and I was wanting to say, dear, this guy's a scumbag, in my opinion. And he's doing a lot of things that potentially could be criminal. Get him out of there. Now, if they do not find him, if she doesn't indict him for perjury, what does that tell you? She's got to go too, right? They're all up for election. So any of you from Arizona, you have to remember that. Remember, we the people. No, sister. Thank you, though. Oh. She gets so... Okay. Yes, I know all of you here will be kind and respectful, and as far as that is concerned, of course you will be. I know that. So I'm just adding that on there, though, because I do want to say that here. Because you never know who's going to see this afterward, right? Here is the address for Senator Mark Kelly. It is a website which has a contact form. You basically go in and say, I'm not happy the way things are being run. And especially with this Nancy Guthrie case. And I'm just going to tell you, this last gubernatorial election that they had, and like I said, I've got a very good friend who was involved with some elections over there. It definitely makes you raise your eyebrow, and you just will really, really want to think, how much higher up does this go? Just like Massachusetts. Just write to everybody. White House, I also wrote to the FBI. That's what they're there for. That's what they're for. But I want to talk to you a little bit about this channel and what this is all about. So let me take these banners down, and if you do need that, you're more than welcome to ask me again. And everybody's got my nose tickling, and everybody's sitting in the camera angle, the camera that I'm going to bring. Corruptachusetts, yes, absolutely it is. And I want you to know, and thank you here, Renee, because in all of the fighting and the backbiting that I know that you see a big look, we stay out of it. This is a safe zone. Don't worry about it. Thank you, Angel. Bless you. What good is that doing? Because we have lost sight of what this is really about. It's not about, oh, is this me, 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 me? This one's a grifter, that one's a grifter. Fine. Okay, we're all grifters. Hello, except on this channel I'm not, because I'm not monetized. Maybe after now I can. But here's the thing, my darlings. Don't lose sight of what these cases are really about. Don't lose sight, especially John O'Keefe. Will he have justice? Yes. I am positive that he will have justice, because things are moving around the way they were. Do you remember a couple of years ago, I would do readings, and believe me, those were readings every day. Do you remember the court cases for Karen? I mean, every day it was some type of shenanigans that was going on into that particular courtroom. It was like, what is Ham Brennan? I mean, Hank's. That's right. He sells ham sandwiches. Hank Brennan, what was he doing? Auntie Bev, you remember all those things. It changed on a daily basis. We were locked in every day. You're absolutely right, my darling. We were. To the point where when it was over and Karen was acquitted June 18th of 2025, everybody kind of stood back and thought, what are we going to do now? Well, we got well, everybody has found their way. We don't need to worry about that. No, sister. We don't need to worry. We've all found our way. But think about all that. All of that happening, and still, John, there is someone out there that did this. So that's what, let me do this. Thank you. Whew. I don't know what it is. These guys just, oh, she's live. Let's go. My darling, if you go to my merchandise store, up in the corner, there's a wee little thing that says browse all. And you click on that and it shows all the cardigans. I've got a gray one and I've got this black one and I love it. I wear them all the time because I have to have things cooler here in the house, and so does my son. Because if you would see my office, I've got lights and computer. I've got 3 computers, printers. It takes a lot to run a production company. And seriously, that's what I'm feeling that I'm doing. But this is what it says. Now, this is embroidered in. This is not a decal. This is not a decal. So these are really, really quality. And I love them. They're so nice. That's another reason I don't want the kitties on me, because, they get to making biscuits. It's like when you're on the phone and your kids decide to finally have a conversation, right? Or your groceries are being delivered right when, thank you so much. Or your groceries are being delivered right before you go live for the first time. That's the way it is. All right. Now, today we saw this one thing, and I'm going to play it for you. It is, oh, now come on now. They both have to push. Petey is sitting here like a rock statue. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. You see this? Two people right here where I'm going to be working. And look at this Petey boy is a really rock statue. And then sister is sitting there. Ha 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 ha. That's not going to happen very long. Anyway, I've got something that I want to show you. And we're going to start out. I want you to see he's working. That's right, Terry. He's working. And first of all, forgive me. I know that you know them. Our lovely mods from the other channel have volunteered to come over here. It is sometimes a very thankless job, but listen, they got my back, and that means they got yours. And if you ever have any issues and I'm not paying attention, which could be often, let one of them know, okay? But thank you to my mods. You see Captain Jerry, you see Miss Terry, and you see Miss Patty coming out with the Avon link. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sponsored by me, Selling Avon. Thank you so much. All right. This is what producers and directors do. I have to add them onto the list. That's just the way it is. They need their own channel. They need their own channel. Look at this. Captain Harris, listen, I'm going to joke when I say this. If I called her and said, look, I need either bail money, a big trunk, or a shovel, she would not say one word except, where do I come? And I think that's funny. I mean, don't take it seriously because, but I mean, that's a joke. That is a joke. Yes, we might do one on here. Thank you so much, my darling. But there she goes. She's bringing all three. Thank you so much, Terry, my darling. And look at this, Patty. You guys are wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now today, my darling, we all need great friends. We do. We certainly do. And okay, before I continue to get disrupted, because I love watching you, I'm going to share something else with you today. I don't know what to think about it. And most of you have probably seen it. And forgive me if I get a little snarky. Okay? I'm going to ask for your forgiveness up front. You know what this is about. Let me see if I can expand this. And here we go, my darlings. Watch it again.
I'm coming on today with a very specific message. It has been months since our mom was taken from us. Our family is in agony. We are in a nightmare that will not end. Nothing about our situation has changed. We have done our part, and we will never stop looking for her. We will always ache for her and feel that hole in our hearts. The world can be a cruel and unforgiving place, and I know that you have tried to do things the right way. So I'm asking you, begging you to do the right thing now. Make the right choice. Help us find her. Tell us where to look for her. I truly believe it is never too late to do the right thing. Help us bring this situation to an end. For all of us, no matter where we've been and what we've done, I believe there is always a way home. Please make the right choice.
Oh, you may see a snarky comment right there from yours truly that says exactly what is their part and what steps are they doing to look for Nancy, asking for 1 million plus friends. First of all, I've got to tell you, I think that is the weirdest thing that I've ever seen. They've done their part. They're looking for their. What? How have you been looking? You've got hundreds of thousands of YouTubers looking for your mother. Where is your sister? Sister. Where is your brother in law? And where are you? Planning on your new show with Wordle and Jimmy Fallon. I'm going to tell you something, and I've said this 100 times. If my mother was missing in circumstances that we don't even know, sorta, maybe, I would be out there scratching up the pavement with my nails, looking for my mother, my brother, my sister, my friends. And it ticks me off. It makes me mad. Oh, we're asking you for help. How about I ask you this? If you're watching Miss Savannah, with all due respect, how about you call that sheriff that is violating the civil rights of those YouTubers that went out on that 4-foot easement in front of your mother's house, trying to keep your mother's name, image, and information in front of the public so that everybody could find out where she is? How about you pick up the phone and make a phone call, sister? And you tell him, back the F off and start doing your job, nanos. Get with the program, get with the FBI, and stop, because you are ridiculous. This sort, oh, we're doing what we can. Well, stop. This should be every day. She's been gone now for what? Almost 6 months. Maybe 5 months? I know this sounds harsh, and some of you will probably say, oh, poor Savannah. That's right. Poor Savannah. Her mother is missing. Why is it that we all know that except for them? What's going on? What does she know? What is she not telling? And when I say that's a one-party state in Arizona, I try to keep it together. I'm telling you, pardon me. Oh, look what my son got me today. And you can see, I've had this almost all day, and you can see how much I drink. This is a Mexican Coke. Why is it? Well, he got Mexican food, and I guess a Mexican Coke has sugar in it, and I just can't hack it. But, I'm a water girl. That ticked me off. And I don't like to come after people, but hey, how about taking some of that milk? And I got a question. How much did she get for signing a contract with Jimmy Fallon for this Wordle? It might be right around $4 million. Wasn't that what the initial request was for somebody that called in? Was that not? Please help me. Was that the initial? Somebody wanted $4 million when they first contacted, supposedly, allegedly, the family and TMZ, Harvey, whatever, Harvey. I don't like you because of how you laughed when Charlie Kirk was mowed down. That is another thing. Yes, $4 million. Isn't it funny, though, that perhaps, sort of, kind of, that Missy Miss might be making $4 million. Does that just something stinks right here? So let me get with you, my darlings. One of the reasons that I'm here with the still case is because I've always heard, well, cases are cold. Cases are, whatever the case. I don't feel that Nancy's case is cold. I don't feel that John O'Keefe's case is cold. I feel that they are still, because the evidence is there. Everything is not stagnant, but just kind of waiting. We're in the queue. We're in the queue. And you know what? By you coming in here and we being together, we pushing together to continue. See, to me, sorry, that is very offensive to the people that are getting arrested. YouTubers, they did not trespass. They didn't do anything. The Pima County Sheriff decided that he wanted to create some law that they were breaking and violated their civil rights. Listen, I'm going to tell you how it would go down if that were me. If they came up to me and if I were out there doing whatever it is that I do, if I were out there and they came up to me and said, Zelda, you're under arrest, I would say, excuse me, for what for? And they would say, well, we can't tell you right now. We have to put you in handcuffs. All right. Put me in handcuffs. What are you arresting me for? I'm going on the record by saying I have not done anything. And then nothing. From that moment on, if they asked me any questions, I would say, lawyer, lawyer, lawyer. That's what you do. You don't argue. You don't make a scene. You sit there and you go, lawyer, because finally it's going to click and that little light bulb is going to come up at the side of their heads and they're going to start thinking, oh, heck fire. Give me a second, my darlings. And they're going to start thinking, uh-oh. Because I think that this sheriff, so as it is, Barney Fife would do better. And even if I had a lawyer, Saul Goodman, I would be able to ask Pima County after this to write me a check for violating my civil rights, making me a Mickey on video, and trying to convince everyone that I committed a crime. That's what you do, lawyer, lawyer, lawyer. You don't say lawyer. What did you do? Why were you out here? Lawyer, lawyer. And eventually, somebody's going to figure it out that they better get you a lawyer. Even if you took, even in the beginning, if you had to take a public defender, and believe me, there are some very good public defenders out there. They're just overworked and underpaid. Ask Massachusetts. So, Savannah, if you are listening to this, how's about picking up the phone and calling your Mark Kelly and saying, you better get a grip on that sheriff because he's going to get tossed. And if he doesn't get tossed, you better get a grip on that AG, because if that AG doesn't indict this dude, then probably when election comes around, they will get tossed too. So you better do something. And you never know, Mark. You never know. Elections are a funny thing. I get mad when it comes to this because I'm all about fairness. Fairness. Because I want you to think about this. Pima County Sheriff seems like he's out to get people. Okay, what about the people that he is supposed to protect? What about these people? Do you know what I did? I found out that there have been a few deaths because of them, because of this jail and the bullies in the jail, and listen, Nanos is the head of that. He needs to start putting a thumb on these people. He sits there, I don't know. I know just enough to know that I don't know enough. This isn't word salad anymore. It's fruit salad because they're all nuts. And frankly, when it comes right down to the rubber meets the road, I started looking for those people's obituaries today. Because you know what I wanted? Listen, this is far out here, but you guys are here for that. And I'm just going to tell you, and it's what a part of I do. What if he did catch Porch Guy? What if he was already detained and all of a sudden there was an accident in the jail? What if, now I'm not accusing anybody, just know that. But what if? What if there was an accident in the jail and he went goodbye? And quite frankly, they can't even they can't even keep who the inmates are to figure it out. They don't even know. It took them 4 months to tell the family one inmate was gone because they mixed up his record with somebody else. What are they doing? What are they doing? I wouldn't put it past them. And then I was looking because what I wanted to see was inmate pictures. Well, no. They were either the wrong age, the wrong size, the wrong color, the wrong something. We're not racist here. We love everybody. But I wanted to just make sure because, I would have rang some little alarm bells if I found somebody that passed away there in his keep, and that's what it is, in the dungeons of Pima County, that looked like that little portrait of Porch Guy that possibly resembled. That's the first place I started, but I'm going to show you what else that I found. And then we're going to get into some other things. I know you all have heard about this. Maybe you haven't. But I want you to check this out just for a second. This particular map is right around, let me move my thing here. Hold on. Let me move my thing out of the way. How do I move my thing? Okay, there we are. That's my thing. All right. Check out this map. Now, this is not a map of Nancy Guthrie's home. I'm going to tell you what this map is. This, my darlings, is a map that Annie Guthrie shared with neighbors in a group chat early on, and she sent this map to them at the beginning of the investigation, hoping they may see something or had a video. But this map does not have Nancy's address on it. But I was curious, and I looked at what this address was that was pinned right here. This is the homeowner of an 83-year-old man who passed away about maybe early March, and nobody knew about it. In fact, he didn't even have any funeral arrangements. because I'm going to show you this man's obituary, what I found. It's amazing what you find when you really look. I'm going to show you this man's obituary, and then you're going to see. And this was just right down the street from Nancy's house. Give me a second. I'm sharing this. Why on earth? Give me a second. Oh boy, I'm on a roll, aren't I? Here we are. This man's name is Charles Hugh Moose II. Passed away March 15th. Happens to be my birthday. Might be significant. He passed away on March 15th at the age of 83. There was no services scheduled. There was nothing. Someone came in and lit 2 channels. Did he not have family? Did he? And I looked all over for this particular person. Just minutes away from Nancy. So my first question would have been, if I were Annie, do we have someone who is serial? And I don't mean Captain Crunch or Lucky Charms. Do we have a serial situation on our little hands? The unfortunate part is it went kind of away, except this is the time, and you can go back and look at the timing, because I went back and looked at the timing, and this is when the FBI, the feral body inspectors, sorry, I'm not making light, but the FBI, this is when the FBI expanded their search. Do you remember when they did that? I remembered when and that's why. Because they themselves thought, could this be a serial situation? You know what I'm talking about. Don't put it in the chat, but okay. But may Mr. Moose rest in peace, because there's nothing. And I looked today. Now, maybe I missed, but listen, I was all over the place today. I was all over the place. And I'm going to, I don't believe, I looked at the medical examiner's office, and I do not believe that he was, got a ticket to paradise. I don't see that, because there was nothing. He just vanished, unfortunately. So bless him. But listen, I got a picture I want to show you while I'm taking a little drink. You've seen this picture 100 times. But now, knowing what we know, I want to show it to you again. Look at those faces. Pardon me. Look at those faces. But look at hers. Look at hers. And by the way, if anybody didn't see, Brian Kohlberger wants to vacate his sentence. I don't know if that's what it's called or not. I'm not a lawyer. Just remember that. I'm a nosy stinker, maybe sometimes. He's wanting to make some changes. I think there's some other things that were on there, but I'm going to say, look at her face. Look at her face. So, my darlings, if I can get this person out of my camera here, excuse me, ma'am, go over there with your brother. He's warm. All right. I'm going to show you one more place. Now, get ready, because now we're going to be talking about what we came here to talk about. And I'm going to be showing, first of all, now that we're here, I'm going to douse this light for a minute. I want the purpose of this channel is I want to kind of walk you through what I do. Again, not law enforcement, not a lawyer, not medical. I'm an intuitive forensic profiler. I don't really even know what that means, except that I dig deep using my gift, the cards, and whatever else I can use to find out information. Intuition. Now, usually for me to get so involved in a case like this particular one, I have to be asked in a particular way. Now, I'm going to back up. John O'Keefe. I didn't really hear that much. I'm in a completely different state. So I'm like way away from Massachusetts. Every time I say Massachusetts, I think of that Bee Gees song. Anyway, I haven't. So I just got a little ringing in my ear. So anyway, someone wrote to me, and that someone happened to be the lady that I work with on the psychic line. And she says, you know what? Have you seen the Karen Reed case? And I said, I saw something about her. I saw she came out of a courthouse and she was making a statement. And the first moment that I looked at her and I thought, oh, she's not guilty. She's being set up. She's not guilty. And I went to bed that night and I thought about it because, I have to think about things. And I thought, this is a high profile case. Somebody's got their ticket to paradise. And I need to look into this because there seems like there's something funky going on. And now I didn't get involved with Karen Reed's case until she was in trial in 2024. And I believe that was in April, May, something like that. And then, boy, it started. The same thing, just a minute. Somebody's over here clicking my mouse to my other computer. Give me a second. What are you doing, Angel? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Do you see that? I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. Anyway, did you remember? Do you see those videos with the cats where they jump? They were clicking on my mouse, and I just took the cord and moved the mouse, and they just were like, zing. Okay. I'll get in touch. I'll get calmed down. All right. Because I laugh like I'm crazy. Let me plug my phone in because we're going to need it pretty soon here. All right. Now, that was the John. I know it's funny, right? I'm all about that cat stuff. We needed a good laugh. It was getting pretty heavy here. And, sometimes, zing, right? Sometimes you just are like, and believe me, I get going, I get torch. Oh, listen, before we go on, you guys are going to laugh at this because you know me. And sometimes energy kind of comes in the same room, follows me, does whatever, whatever. And I don't pay attention because when you pay attention, it's like when you're driving in Boston, when you're going through those rondettes things, I don't know what they call them there, those traffic circles. If you look, you lose. That's pretty much it. If you just have to put your head down, hit the gas, and just get in those circles. Not really, but that's how I felt about it because listen, driving is crazy sometimes. You just kind of, anyway. So that's kind of how it is. The roundabout, right? And that's another song, the roundabouts. But sometimes I see energy around here. Today I had a business call with my other business. I was doing whatever I was doing, talking, carrying on. No, sister. No, no. And anyway, I lost connection. And I'm sitting here and I'm preparing to go live tonight and I'm doing all this. And I saw out of the corner of my eye this energy sitting beside me. And I wish you could have seen me, because I gasped. I was like, oh, and here it was Ian. Ian came out here. And if you want to know what it was kind of like, remember when Sarah Connor found when the Terminator came off of the elevator in the second Terminator movie, and she fell on the ground and was like scooching backwards and going, oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. And he looked at me and he goes, what the heck? So I did the thing too. I told him things like, he's quiet when he comes into a room. And I told him, please just do me a favor and announce myself, or yourself, son. Announce yourself, clear your throat, do something. Because he's like, how did you not see me? I walked, and I said, because I was focused. So I told him, I said, I keep telling you that you would be a millionaire 20 times over if you made videos of me getting scared and jumping, because those can get, anyway. Back to the still case. So welcome in, my darlings. Welcome, everyone. Please, please, DNA on the like button and subscribe, because I sure would love to have you here. I'm not monetized. You can't send jewels. Somebody else text me and ask, can't send jewels. That's it. So anyway, but hopefully this will get me there. This will get me there. And I'm going to be making more videos, and more videos on John O'Keefe is coming, more on Nancy, more on, thank you so much, on BB. Thank you, my darling. So, okay. Yeah, they call them all kinds of things. Roundabouts, rotaries, all kinds of things. Here, we've got 2 or 3 here, and it's like, got to be careful of the trucks. So when does monetization begin? Well, I'll tell you. I have met all the criteria that I'm supposed to, except for they call watch hours, and you need 4,000 watch hours. I'm at 500 right now. But a live stream with so many people and being interactive, and it'll push it out onto the algorithm, might get me up there. Now, thank you so much, my darlings. Thank you, my darlings. So, but that's the easy part. You have to, listen, it took me 8 years on that channel that you usually watch on Saturday night. It's not an easy task. Lord Gregor was 5 months. True Oracle was 6-7 years. Seriously. But all it takes is one that just makes you go zing. And it was Karen Reed that did that for me. I'm just going to say. Now, once they tell me you have met all the criteria, I have to apply. It's not a given. Some people get turned down. They don't like a lot of drama. They don't like a lot of stuff. They just don't like it. And I get it. They want to know that there's a human behind here. Hello, when you watch, I'm human. There you go. So it's not easy. It seriously is not easy. And I'm just going to also tell you this. After you are monetized, you got to keep your little nose clean. Because if you upload a video, there's a statement of accountability that you have to every time you post a video that you want to monetize, you have to check off a list. And the list is this sensitive material? Is this bullying? Is this this? Is this that? Is this this? Is this that? And what they do afterward is, when you're uploading a video, when you are monetized, what they do afterward is that they basically, that's when the advertisers bid on your video. And it goes by regions. Some women see some things, some people see others. It just depends on what region you are in. But I might get there, but they may say no. And if they say no, that's fine. I can apply again in another 3 months or something like that. So just so you know, it's not a given. And I look at it as a privilege. Because where else would I go that I could have such a big audience that, and for me, you got to be respectful. Be respectful. Don't cause trouble. Be respectful. That's it. Bottom line. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted, my darlings. I'll keep you posted. So this may be the only live. This is probably the live that you're watching that with no ads. There you go. So anyway, Debbie Doo, my darling, I don't see any wrenches. Well, there's one from Captain Harris. There's one from Miss Terry, and our darling Miss Patty has one too. So if you need the wrenches, the wrenches we have to have on a mod. You can go live at any time on a channel. You don't need to have, but they require you to have so many subscribers and so many of this and so many of that, and you've got to have so many videos. And listen, it ain't easy. People think it's easy, especially what I do, reenactments and all that other stuff. Sometimes I sit here and I hold my head and I think, what if I post this and everybody thinks it's dumb? Right? There you go. Thank you so much. Hold on. Get down. So now, the idea on this, on mine, it's blue too, honey. I don't know what color that they are anyway, but they're here. So with that being said, we, hey, looky you. Hi, my darling. How are you? So good to see you. Thank you for being here and stopping by. I appreciate you. Thank you. You guys. There you go. Oh, listen. If you want to know the truth, I consider this my full-time job. And I love what I do. And my books, too. That's the other thing that's coming out, are the books. Now, I am going to be putting some still case merch on my main merch store because I can't even put a merch store up here yet. You gotta be a proof for that too. Okay? So there you go. Love you always, Zelda. Heading to the interview to see. Okay, my darling. I'll be over there soon. So thank you, my darling. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys are so kind. That's what does it for me. I love doing it because I do it for you guys. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, you know what? YouTube says we want shows. So that's why you see Help I'm Haunted, Lady Zelda's Forbidden Files, and there's another one coming out on True Oracle. That's why you see the shows here. That's why you're going to see this live here. And don't forget, Help I'm Haunted is Thursday night at 7 p.m. but I love it. Once you get the hang of it, once you get the production, now I've got a publishing company. We're doing the books. It is what it is. Thank you so much, my darling. I love you too, my darling. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. There you go. I had something with peach in it the other day and it was really wild. Okay, now here that's where it starts. Now, for Nancy, let me get back on track. For Nancy Guthrie, one of you beautiful people texted me and said, oh, it's okay, Aunt Baby, honey, listen, you can't do anything wrong as far as I'm concerned. Gotcha, Jerry. You can't do anything wrong as far as I'm concerned. It's okay. See, I can't even put Nightbot on here. Hey, this is a solo flight. This is the first time you guys were creating history. I deleted my Netflix account because I don't watch it. I watch Zelda. Oh, no. Okay. All right. No, we're not gonna dance on this channel. I want this channel to be a little bit more serious so I can bring this, because you guys are going to be the first ones to know what I do when I bring over readings on the other channels. You guys will be the first ones to say, oh, I learned that. So on Nancy Guthrie, one of you beautiful dears, oh, Marcia, bless you, my darling, for that sweet, generous donation. Thank you, thank you. So I take Geritol. I've taken Geritol for 30 years. Liquid Geritol, that's zippity doo-dah. Okay. Well, I'm just so glad, my darn. Listen, I could just sit here and do this and read your chats all day. And somebody said, Zelda, why don't you make some type of I can't think, like a a radio show. WZLD is what it would be. And then just play jazz or disco or something like that. Who knows? Who knows? Can you give me the address to the store with the cardigan? Maybe one of the mods can go in and find that for you, my darling, but we'll get you that. We'll get you that, okay? All right. So here's the thing. All right. So I got this email. It was February 2nd. One of you darlings said, we need you. We need you. Nancy Guthrie's mother is missing. And pardon me, but I'm just not a Today Show. I'm a My Show. I'm not a Today Show. To me, today was yesterday because it's old news. Been around for a while. And so I pretty much said, I don't know, I have to think about it. And as soon as I said that, I thought, oh, here we go. I know what this is. This is a worldwide case, and she is gone. She's gone. Pardon me. I need a drink of the loaded Coke. Pardon me. And thanks for coming. I appreciate you being in here so much, darling. That I do know. If I do know, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much. So, well, I can't do the port wine thing, but I get that. So that's when I started digging. And I'm going to share this with you guys. And then I'm going to share a few little things with you as well. So I'm going to write these things down because I can't show you on the screen because then I'll have to show you my accounts. Get the liquid. Get the liquid geritol, because iron has a way of making it hard for you to sometimes have a little potty time, and it's easier. I know that's gross, but I'm sorry. It is what it is. Oh, let me put this back. Let me put this back here. Okay. Where am I? Where am I? There I am. Now I'm going to write down these things. Now I'm going to try not to get distracted, because I love you guys, and that's what happens. Here we are. This one I can. I know I'm anemic. That's why I have to, but be careful with it as well. Too much iron is not good with you. Just, it comes with a little plastic cup. Just, not giving you medical advice. I'm just saying that works for me. Let me show you one of the first websites that I go on. Here we are, my darling, and this is free. This is the still case book. It's just for your edification, is really, I'm going to write down these sites. But look at what you're into. Look at this website. Some of you may not even know that this exists, but it's here for you. This is the FBI. But it's the FBI vault. And let me write down this address so you can see it. These are the web addresses now. It's not the big bookable. Maybe. Yeah, I do this pen. All right. Here's the first one. That is the first website I go to, knowing that I'm probably going to not know too much of anything. But here you can explore documents, browse files, you can put in FOIA requests. And the reason that I went to this is because I knew that Savannah, during one of her in 2019, had a particular had a particular involvement with someone that was involved with an island, and it wasn't Gilligan, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know. Okay? That's one of the first places that I go. Now, I'm not going to leave that up there. I'm going to take that down, and I'm going to give you a couple more here. Hold on, because I lost my place. Because that's what happens when you talk. And I've been talking. I'm a talker. The second website that I go to is called millionshort.com. What is Million Short? Has nothing to do with any type of money whatsoever. It has everything to do with, it is independent, ad-free search engine. You do have to pay $5 a month for me. It is worth it. They are not SEO dominant, which means if you have certain keywords, then you get, like an algorithm, your information gets pushed to the top, and that's what it's a private web search. And that's what I really like. It also, sometimes you can see what site has been removed, what boost and block controls are. And what are the topicals or the topics that you can see? But it is ad free. So you don't go on there. It's not like Google and you're just overwhelmed with all of these ridiculous flipping ads all the time. That's another site that I go on to. Another site that I go on to in order to find out information. And this sometimes will give you information on Android phones, iPhones, stats, tools, uploads, all kinds of different things. And that is called Wiggle. I got to make sure I'm spelling this correctly for you guys. Wiggle.net. You'll like that. You'll like this one. You can get information about Twitter accounts, Blue Sky. You can get information on different stats, geographical, like where Wi-Fi is located, different weather conditions sometimes. You can even pull up Wi-Fi networks in Dubai. There's all kinds of little things that you can do with this wiggle.com. It also tells you everything that you want to know about the stats of a particular phone. So say, for instance, if somebody has a phone, I have an Android phone, I can go on here and look and see what are the stats, what are the percentages for those phones, what are those, what are this, what are that. So that's what you can do, a basic search, you can do a map search, you can do all kinds of things. And no, I'm not sponsored. I think this one is something like $5 a month. The other thing that I go on to as well, my darlings, is, where am I? This is, oh yeah, for president. Listen, they would want to take me out. Believe me, I don't put up with stuff. All right. So the other, and I'm not even showing you what I'm doing. I'm writing all this down and I'm not, Zelda, what is wrong with you? And look, nails. Here we are. There we go. Those are the sites, and I'm writing them down for you, so I wasn't showing them on the screen. Now I am. Okay, so there you go. Now that's what you do. Now you see it. Yes, I know. All right. The other site that I go to is this one. myheritage.com. Yes, some of these sites are, if you're looking for something about a particular person, sometimes, I mean, yeah, I know. All I had to do was look at the screen, right? But these are the primary four, and there's more. I have a whole file filled with, the reason I use myheritage.com, it's a nominal fee. You can build your own tree line and all that other stuff. But I went on there and found where Nancy was born, what her maiden name was, you know, what all of these things, because I want to know, because there are several Nancy Guthries. In fact, there's a Nancy Guthrie out of Nashville, Tennessee, who teaches Bible studies. So that's another one. See, that's why you've got to nail it down, and you got to know who you got to know. Now, I'm going to show you what else I do. I look up birthdays. Sometimes I find them, sometimes I don't. We'll just leave that there. That's pretty. Sometimes I find them, sometimes I don't. It happens to be Christopher Nanos is a Libra. I'm going to show you the card for a Libra. That is the significator card. I should have had this picked out, but pardon me. That there it is right there. That's the, and it's glaring. We'll hold this up so you can see it. That is the Justice card, okay? Now, the Libra card for cartomancy, you guys have seen these cards before. And there's a reason we put this in here, okay? This is Nano's card for this. Now, there's no way that I can do any type of reverse on this particular card. And the reason I'm saying that is because, pretty much a Libra is someone who is a Libra. Let me get rid of some of these sites here, my darlings. It is somebody who wants justice, who's forthright, who is somebody that despises problems. But just by looking at Nanos and his personality, now the cards don't lie, and you know that I don't read in reverse, and this is why. This is one of the reasons why. From now on, while I am reading for Nancy Guthrie, I will put this justice card in reverse because that represents, and there are other ways to know if justice is coming, believe me. So it won't be that, oh my gosh, we're manipulating the cards. No, this is going to tell us about Nanos. And here's the reason why. The dark side of Libra is pretty bad. It involves manipulation, chronic indecisiveness, and is a passive-aggressive personality. They are driven by their own ruling planet of Venus and need to maintain appearances. Did you ever notice that about Nanos? He's Hercules. He's got to maintain appearances. Shadow. Now, he is what you call a shadow Libra. Now, many of you probably are Libras. I don't want you to take this personally because this has nothing to do with you. I'm sure you're fine. This is all about now, tonight, Christopher Nanos in this particular way. This is a shadow. And listen to the shadow part of this. Because a shadowed Libra will weaponize. They will weaponize charm. They have polite cruelty to avoid conflict and to get their way. That's why you hear the word salad and the fruit salad coming out of this dude constantly. So so we're singing. The common toxic traits of a shadowed Libra are passive, aggressive, and manipulation because they despise direct confrontation. Sounds familiar? Why doesn't he want to play with the FBI? A shadow Libra may use covert manipulation, gossip, and/or polite cruelty to punish someone or finish an argument on their own terms. Did you ever hear how he talked to that one journalist and said, "What? Give it a rest"? Superficiality. A shadow Libra is definitely superficial, loves luxury, has a social status. He goes to the country club. He sometimes prefers a picture-perfect image over a deep, genuine, authentic image. He is codependent, and he has a fear of being alone. He's obsessive with a partner, and they tolerate unhealthy dynamics rather than face the perceived chaos of being single or alone. This shadow fellow is chronic indecisiveness. The pursuit of perfect balance makes them notoriously indecisive. They can't make a decision. Does this sound like him? Yes. Yes, it does. They get stuck in a loop over overthinking, weighing options endlessly, and failing to take action. Failing to take action. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? The last but not least trait of a hidden shadow Libra is hidden resentment. They resent. They swallow their true feelings and agree with others, but over time, this builds an internal reservoir of quiet resentment and explosive Aries like anger. He tries to keep the peace and he tries to swallow his true feelings and agree with others. But there comes a time when he could possibly, and I think we know that already, he could possibly, sort of, kind of, maybe decide that he's going to let her all rip, Tater Chip. So this, my darlings, is Nanos. He's September 23rd. Doesn't matter what year. I don't care. But he's definitely a shadow Libra. So now, what do we do when we read? Well, here's what I'm going to do from now on. I will stick this card in the deck upside down somewhere, sorta, right? And we're just going to pull out a few cards right now. Pardon me, I hit the keyboard. I hope you're still there. I think you are. You love the sorta, kinda, maybe, supposedly, allegedly, sorta, kinda, maybe. I think there's something in the shop that says that. Now, no. You're Aunt BB, hello. You guys, this has nothing to do with any, this has everything to do with Nanos. And I'm sure none of you are those shadows. Oh, no. Those things are kind. Those things are kind. Those things are kind. And this card came out just like it did the other day for him. So now, no, you guys are not shadows. It has nothing to do with the shadows that was in Nancy's house. Anytime you get a card that is in reverse that's somebody's significator, it can be called a shadow, like a shadow of your true self, a shadow of your former self. That's the way it is. So there we go. All right. Now we're going to see here. I'm going to lay out these cards because the idea is I want to see what cards come around the Justice. Hello. Sorry, I have to look around the camera that I'm looking. You see how they're jumping out? They want to show us. Let's do it the easy way, because this is demonstration purposes only. Demonstration. Here it is. Okay, we're going to take a few cards before. There he is, and a few cards after. There we go. Now, leading up the two cards, oops, there's somebody hanging in there. The two cards coming up is this Page of Wands, very creative Page of Wands, very, this is something, um, this is something that, you see, he is a fire element, and fires are creative. And he really is looking for open doors. And he's looking for all kinds of other things here that are happening. That's that. Now there's the sun card. And the sun card is coming here because it's trying to shine some light on what is going on in this particular situation with him, right? Now, here we have the King of Swords, which is that wonderful fellow that is all about communication. And that is what Nanos should be. He should be all about communication. He should be all about doing the right thing. And yet, here is Nanos that is distracted and paying attention to other things. This is the Six of Cups, and very emotional. And he is very emotional. So he's a very emotional shadow Libra. And incidentally, for many of you who want to know, you see this. I think you may have seen this before. Let me see if I can get close. Let me see this. You see, this is the only card in the tarot deck that has the same flowers throughout the tarot deck, right? So the other thing is here, do you see this little girl's face, or her hair? Look at her hair. Look at her hair without, let me see if I can put I need my nails on, don't I? There's a face in her hair. That particular card can mean there are two sides to him. There's two sides with him. There's possibly narcissism. Can't say that. I can't say that on this channel, can I? And then this is telling us that there's more emotional. You're going to see him get emotional within the next 2 weeks, because I think that he knows that he's on the trip for indictment. Do I feel that he's going to be indicted? No. But they may make him come out, and they may do something with him, basically to make it look as though he is regretting or feeling guilt, but he does not. So that's the whole thing, my darling. That's the whole thing. That is why we're going to keep, now I'm going to put this back because I'm not going to read for him right after this. But you're going to see me, because he does have those traits of that person. When I start looking into someone to read for someone that shows a particular Shaggy, to show that is a particular way about him, from now on, you're going to see that. And what is Nanos doing? That's the whole thing. Now, I want to show you another thing. Officer John O'Keefe, thank you very much for sneezing on my cheek. I'm going to pull it out here. I just thought of John. John, you read for this, and I really have grown to have an affection for John in a very good way. I will tell you, yes, he was a stinker. He was no angel, but he did not deserve what he got. Never, ever did he ever. Hello, Shag. Goodbye. These people, these four-legged people. Okay. This is the significator card for Officer John O'Keefe. And no, my nail isn't dirty. It is, they, for some reason, reflect, and it's horrible. So pardon me. This is the significator card for Officer John O'Keefe. The Temperance card. The Enlightenment card. I believe John was enlightened by some things that was happening around him. When I first started reading on that particular case, this card came out all of the time, constantly. The other thing is, right, I mean, he drank too much. I mean, we have to be honest right there. He was drinking too much. And maybe if he wasn't drinking so much, he would have survived. We don't know. We can play the woulda, shoulda, coulda, but at this particular time, he never deserved what he got. Now, the one thing, the character about this Temperance card is he's a Sagittarius, and he is a Sagittarius, and they have also an affection for law enforcement. So John was doing exactly what he should be doing. And that's it right there. So, my darlings, the idea of having this particular channel, now you you do know where I start with the websites, with everything else. Why can't you become a member? Because I am not monetized. So thank you so much. I'm not monetized yet. We'll see. We'll see. You never know. This will help with the watch hours. And it's steady. Let's hope it's, and please do me a favor. If you haven't so far, I've got 443 people that are watching. If you could all please put your DNA on the like button. I would love to have you subscribe. It is free to be here. We're going to be talking more and more about evidence. We're going to be talking more and more. Now, I'm not law enforcement, and I am not a lawyer, and I am not a medical professional, but I'm going to take you from my side of the aisle and show you how I come to knowing what I know. I will do this. I will say that probably the emails that we have all emailed out to Mark Kelly, the White House, who else? The White House, Mark Kelly, to the AG of Arizona, and so on, and so on, and so on, will be recognized, but they're going to do what they want to do because they like to be in control. Pardon me. I'm just going to say it. In that particular area, they like to be in control, whether we like it or not. And if that happens, very good, Joan, for saying that. And if that happens, you're stuck with him. You're stuck with him until 2028. 441 likes. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's okay. So I have 2 lines with circles on them beside the crown and the number of replies. Click it. It says new or all. Try all. Do all. You do all. Because If not, you're just going to get little bits and kibbles. Okay. Isn't that awesome? Thank you, Patty, for all of that. Oh my gosh, this is just fantastic. You guys are wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. I'm so honored to have you here. I just got to tell you, I was nervous coming in here because I thought, what am I going to talk about that I haven't talked about before? Well, there's a lot. And I'm going to start taking you through. And this is Riley, who is standing in front of the camera, but you can't see him. They have plenty of food and water, but it's kind of like, wait, we're not getting your attention. So we need, see, there's somebody here. That's Shaggy Noodle. And thank you. I like all you guys too. Listen, I want you all to know, thank you so much. Thank you, Colleen. I want you all to know this. This is going to be an adventure, not only for me, but probably for you too. And I wanted to do something different because for me, I'm a visual person and I had kind of been messing around with this, reenactment and everything. And I'm thinking, how can I do reenactments without having a consistent character, which that is very hard to do because you could make somebody look here and listen. If I showed you some of the ones in Lord Gregor's, you would laugh yourself silly. We laugh all the time because sometimes he turns out and he looks like he's a Instagram model selling soap. You know what I mean? So, and I'm thinking, wait, how can I not focus on what they look like, but focus on what they've done? And then mannequins came into my brain and I thought, this is what I'm going to do. These cases are still, and we'll get to the bottom of it. So I'm going to take you forward with me. And when there's another case that I am compelled to come into, we're going to start it right here. That's exactly where we're going to start it. So if you are here first and there's another case, now, the one thing I don't really do are cases like the ones that are already, people have been caught, people have been charged, and they're in a court case. I let that up to the legal professionals to determine how to interpret law stuff because that's just not my gig. But it's those cases where something has just happened. And we're sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, who did it? Where did it come from? How did that happen? That's what we're going to come here for. That's what we will do. Lynette, haven't heard anything about Lynette Hooker. They might find a piece of Lynette, and I just am sorry to say that. This whole thing with Lynette was totally turned around because Lynette was a very strong swimmer. Brian Hooker, I am predicting, I forget what date that I gave the other, but I believe that he will be charged, maybe even indicted. He could be so far, maybe even indicted before the middle of August. But I will tell you this. I cannot get it through my head that, yes, I have a whole playlist on Charlie, but I'm just going to do Charlie right now, and I'll tell you why. They've made such a stink about it. I'm going to do it because the algorithm, and it affects your whole channel. It's taken me twice to recover on True Oracle, and I can't do it anymore. But I have an opinion. Poor Lynette. I keep feeling that there's somebody standing back here in the background that assisted, that may have even been on that boat, hidden. That's what I keep thinking. That's it. So that's let me see. On Savannah Guthrie, I did mention that last Saturday night on my other channel, what was going on with Savannah. But I don't want to bring that up here, but I'm just going to tell you this, okay? I know a lot of people in law enforcement, and they don't sometimes like people like me, considered to be a consultant. And quite frankly, I don't know the person, but I know him indirectly. But it was a college student that invented this whole thing. Thank you, buddy. That invented this whole thing with familia DNA. It was a college student. He was 20 years old and solved a 20-year, 30-year crime using that. It is amazing. And law enforcement didn't really want to do that. But yes, they agreed to it. And now look, that's what we have now with DNA. I will tell you that I believe the DNA thing is another nothing burger. And I do believe that that is one of the reasons that Nanos wanted to send it to Florida and not Quantico. It should have been sent to Quantico. We would have heard by now. There's another thing that I want to share with you, my darlings, and it is this. You know, now you can take a strand of hair without the root. You can take a strand of hair and DNA can be pulled from that little strand of hair. You see, just like this. I submit to you, do you know how many human hair wigs, extensions, so on and so forth, people wear? I submit to you that this may become a problem in the future. Imagine you commit a crime, you're wearing a human hair wig. I'm just going to say this right now. A lot of human hair comes from Asian countries. So would that send law enforcement on a wild goose chase? It's difficult as it is to get that through. But I know some law enforcement people. That's why I have people help me, and I've got really good lawyers. Because there have been in the past where psychics get involved, right? Don't donate your hair. But there have been where psychics get involved and the law enforcement wonders why we know so much. And there's been cases with the LA Police Department where they've arrested psychics because they found people unalived, right? And they've held them against their will, violation of civil rights, because they knew too much. I don't get that involved without having some type of something. And that's why I think it's very important, if any of us ever find or have an inkling of finding anything like Nancy, and people press me, where is Nancy? Where is this one? There is that one. Well, I'm just not really going to say. First of all, I don't know 100%. I don't have that fact. But secondly, what if they found her? Who are they going to come at? And I'm not going to put it out here on the tubes of you because I know people want to find her so badly that what if they went to the crime scene? What if they went to the crime scene? What if, you know? So you have to be very careful when you're doing these sorts of things, because I've had law enforcement look at me sometimes like I've got two heads. When I was helping with the Gainesville, Florida murders, when I was down in St. Augustine, Florida, when I gave the name of the culprit who was doing that to the college students, I mean, it scared me. It was a full court press, and there's just no. Paige, if they ever treat you that way, we would turn this Mother out. Thank you very much. Mother is right. So that's why you have to be careful. And seriously, that's why I approach it more of a forensic, intuitive situation. Now, look, I could be way out here with this DNA thing with the hair, but that's always bothered me. And I know people who have been questioned. It's always bothered me because believe me, look, I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that I haven't worn a wig in my life. Hello. So I'm just saying, will it come to that? Will it come to that? Well, let me show you this, my darlings. You're going to love this. I'm going to show you this. Thank you, buddy. He was helping me put my groceries away. I got to show you this, my darlings. Oh. Maybe. Here we are. This book right here. Ian is such a good man. He's we laugh. He makes me laugh so hard. There's not a day that goes by that I'm just not laughing. Seriously. No, I wouldn't be scared to donate your hair. Not at all. I wouldn't, and I'm not going to tell anybody not to because there are many people that need it. Lord Ian is such a good son. He is. Oh, Lord Ian. Yes, but Lord Ian is he really is. This is the cover of my next book that is coming out. You're going to hear this. I'm almost done with it. Then it will be going to the printing. And you guys, you're going to be glued. You guys are going to be glued. Well, Ian is already, because see, we have the lordship by we're not in nobility. It's like an assignment from my family for and that's my family in Görlitz, Germany. So this happened a long time ago. So he is also, we just don't say anything about it. But anyway, yeah, thank you. Thank you very, 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 very much. So it is not an ebook, but I can make it available as an ebook. The other book that I have, Immortal Principles for Mortal Living, is will be available, I think, tomorrow now in hardcover. And that one is already available in an ebook. So they will all be available in ebooks, except for the cookbook, I think. The cookbook is going to be pretty hard to put in an ebook. His you can order, I think, tomorrow, my darling. You'll be able to order tomorrow. We are offering shipping to different locations all around the world, but it is case by case. So there you go. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. My inheritance is from a countess. Her name is Odalie. She's actually in Wikipedia. Lady Zelda, look at you, my darling. Look how, I love your profile pictures. I just want you to know. So I'm going to call you out how much you look adorable. Lady Zelda, I know I'm not alone when I say this, but spending time with you on your lives or even pre-recorded videos is honestly like sitting and being with our best friend. Thank you. Well, thank you. That's so kind. I love being with you too. Let me see. Just wondering. His is ready and will be available, I think, tomorrow. So you want to check on the psychic shop. And mine, the Seeing Crime is almost done. The Help I'm Haunted game book is done. I'm pretty sure I just have to make sure that that's together and get it to the printer. And then I'll be working on the Help I'm Haunted. But I wanted to get this Seeing Crime book out because this tells you of all of the investigations starting when I was 15 and going from there. So there we go. Now, I probably will, I cannot get a signature for. It's just too, logistics are not good. But mine, I probably will have a, I'll order some ahead of time and I'll offer just a few copies that I can sign. So we'll see. We'll announce it when the time comes. So you don't have to, no, you guys listen, do not worry about donating hair. You should donate hair if that's what you want to do, because there are many, many people, and especially children who, you know, so yeah, there you go. So don't worry. Don't let anything like that hold you back, because that scenario would be very, very minute. It's just where my brain goes with all this. So I'll have to order some that I'll have to order some, and I'll only offer a few, and then I'll send them out to you. But his I can't do. Nolan Wells, probably getting ready to do something on Nolan Wells. So Nolan Wells, we're going to keep doing John O'Keefe until he gets justice or something happens that we can figure out what's going on. And there we go. June, oh my gosh, bless you, my darling. Bless you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. My husband doesn't even mind eating dinner while watching LZ. Oh, hi. Well, hi, hubby. If you're eating dinner and you're watching, thank you so much. I loved having you here. And thanks for letting your wife watch too. I'm sure you don't let her, but being here with her while she's enjoying herself. Thank you so much. You guys are great. I'm telling you, you guys are great. So let me see if there's anything, because, you know, I just got to tell you this. I've been in the crime industry. I've been reading cards 51 years. I know, how could I? I've been reading cards 51 years, and I started with the other stuff, finding people, finding objects, finding money. When I was 15 years old, it all started. And yes, by the way, my darlings, this is Avon blush. And I've always said, when you're in a pinch and the color is, I don't know. Let's see what it is. Crushed berry bay puree. If you're ever in a pinch and you're out and about and you need a little bit of color on your face, this is the Avon cream blush. And you can even do, you tap it. You don't, I'm a tapper. I'm a talker and I'm a tapper. You don't swipe, you tap. See? There you go. And you know what? When the weather is hot, sometimes that's all you need. It's just a little something. And I keep it right here on my desk because you just never know when I have to have, because listen, I don't wear makeup every day. But sometimes I have to have a Zoom call. Sometimes I do type things like that. And it's like, oh, zippity-doo-dah, doom, boom. And I'm not stuck in the bathroom going, oh, shoost, right? Look out. So, okay. What about Nolan Wells? Would you do a reading on him and his situation, please? And thank you. Yeah, I think he's next. There's something funky there. And some heads are going to roll. Angie, I have several real human hair wigs. I guess I need to wear one of those side to go rogue. That's right. If you go rogue, now, I'm not saying that, please. I'm not saying that to scare anybody or, whatever. You do you. Because if I've got some and I need to wear them, I will do it because I'm not planning on doing anything I shouldn't be doing anyhow. So get it? That's exactly right. That's right. Into the locks of love and all that other stuff. Believe me, they need it. So don't hold back thinking that you're going to get pulled over one day and say, "Oh, I need your hair," because that's no. Can I remote view on the Nolan Wells? Maybe. I might do that on this channel. Because it's not as big as the other channel, and quite frankly, I do plan on getting that big, but I'm just going to tell you, sometimes it gets hard to control. I gotta tell you that. Remote viewing, like on those Saturday nights when I remote view, I will tell you it takes me 2 days to recover from the energy of that. It's okay. Hey, I like it sometimes. Sometimes I see stuff I don't like the shadows that I saw in Nancy Guthrie's house. I didn't like that at all. 500 likes. Listen, you keep watching this channel because I'm going to give. Now, I'm not going to do any card readings on this channel. I just want you to know. So you stick with True Oracle and with my personal channel. This channel, we're going to be diving into evidence. We're going to be doing reenactments. We're going to be doing all kinds of little stuff, period. We're going to do that. I have some of that blush. It's yummy. I love it. My darlings, I don't mind to say I'm 66 years old. I started reading cards when I was 15. It's my grandmother had me reading. Porch Guy is no Nancy. He's being investigated per video. So I'm going to be careful with that one. I'm going to be careful. I think so many people want a resolve. I'm just not that. Let me see. You know what? I've got pink Cadillac stories, darlings. People fighting over that? Yikes. There you go, Paige. Why not? I do the same thing. Crystals, my darling, I'm eating dinner and watching too. I'd love for you to look into another Arizona case, missing woman, presumed not alive. Isabella Comas. They only suspect they have was released in May. I'll look into this. In fact, I'm going to be like, what's her name? Oh, shoot, I can't even remember her name. I can see her now, Katharine Hepburn. I'd better write that down so I don't forget. All right, so we're going to do Nolan. That is a very, very sad case. Nolan. And then we've got Lynette. We're going to look at Lynette Hooker. And again, if things continue the way they are right now, I am going to predict an indictment before the middle of August for Brian Hooker. But I think the reason that they're waiting, I still feel that there's some shadow energy lurking. They want to make sure that they get everything. And one of the things that I want to mention, because God love us all. When I first started with the Karen Reed case and we found out that the feds were involved, everybody kept saying, why don't the feds just come in and arrest anybody? Well, and I kept saying, I'm kind of glad that they're not. I don't think so. If we would have had the feds come in and arrest everybody, we would have never known what we know now about those corrupt people. Period. We would never have seen the text. We would have never seen how they manipulated evidence, in my opinion. We would have never seen any of that. So I'm glad, because there would have been a lot of people slide under the radar and walk. And I don't want anybody walking that has any type of wrongdoing. And again, there's nothing worse than a criminal with a badge. And that's exactly where I'm going. Okay, so wait, let me see. Where was that? Let me write down her name, her number, her name. Isn't that a beautiful name, though? I always thought that was so pretty. Isabella Comas. Okay. Let me see. Adelson. They're going slow on the Adelson case. They may just release that one gal, that one girl. I think Wendy is next. After Wendy, I think Daddy. Can you imagine the whole family maybe in prison? Pardon me, I didn't mean to say that. I need a little swig of my real Coke. Arizona, my darlings, has some real problems. And the more we look, the more we see. The more we see, the more we find. That's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. Leave it to the amazing one you are to show you about wearing makeup. Bless you, my darling. You know, it doesn't take, listen, if you would have seen me in the old days, I looked like I fell right into the paint bucket. But see, I went to hair school, beauty school dropout. And I was makeup artist and esthetician back in the old days. As you get older, things change. Someday I'll show you pictures of what I looked like. But I mean, it was pretty, but I certainly can't wear my makeup like that. Oh my goodness, Terry. Oh my goodness, Katie. Oh my goodness, you guys. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Now I want to do one more thing. Okay, hang in here. I am on Amazon. I do have an Amazon wish list, and it has just a few things on there. Like, I have to go back and ramp it up. It's got some journals and pens and nails, and whoever sent me, I think it was Deb, sent me some nails today. Thank you. I'm not wearing nails because with finishing these books, I am a typing maniac. And I love my nails, but for right now, it drives me crazy to put beautiful, especially like the ballerina, or they call them coffin nails, and they wear on one side. So you're looking like your little like zippity doo dah, whatever. And that drives me crazy. So I just don't put them on. Pardon me. We did that a few times ago on my other channel. I believe it's the energy. There's so much energy around that house, and that house, let me put it this way. How many times have you seen a home that has had zero maintenance? And yeah, they get run down, they need updated, that's never cleaned, hoarders, but it's still standing. And then all of a sudden, you see a house that no longer has a family living in it, and it seems like it just wears down so quickly. That is the energy, because guess what? Even these building materials, the desks, the chairs that you're sitting on, everything has an energetic vibration. And when a home no longer has that, and Nancy's doesn't, it's kind of this, what's happening? And it's trying, because A home will feed off of us, and we feed off of our home. This might seem silly to a lot of you, but anytime that I get into a new place, a new house, I will walk in, I will ground myself with my power hand, I'm right-handed, on the door frame, and I will say, I will make you a promise. I will take care of you if you take care of us. And I'm not kidding. We've had tornadoes bounce over us sometimes. There's been, right? And so I want you to think about that. And that's also why when I go on paranormal things, that I ground myself before I go in, just to make sure that the energy of the house matches. Now listen, there are times when the energy of a home is pretty dark because it holds on to stuff. I do not believe that the energy of Nancy Guthrie's home is dark. I just don't. Could I remote view the energy of the night Marilyn Monroe died? Oh, that's a good one, but I better not. If you know, you know. I better not. So let me see. When do I sleep? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. Let me see. Let me see. I'm going to go through these real quick. Now, I'm going to do something. When do I breathe? That's a good one. When do I sleep? When do I breathe? Terry, she is sleeping here. There you go. Hi, my darling. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Thank you. Thank you. I have enjoyed tonight's live. It's been an amazing night. So thank you, everyone. And especially Lazy. I've always thank you. You guys give me the kudos. I do believe in burning sage, but salt is better. Salt is better in my view, because there's a saying that goes along with salt. Now, for any of you sage burners, listen, I burn sage, but salt for me does it, because remember this, salt doesn't hurt. Salt doesn't lie. Salt will only purify. So it's got some property to it, and that's what I like about it. I salt everything. The night Natalie died, ask Robert Wagner and ask what's his face, because he knows exactly what happened. How do I get rid of mice? I have gotten rid of spiders, mice, and everything. This kind of sounds weird, but I use 20 Mule Team borax, and they don't cross it. Christopher Walken. Yes. Christopher Walker or Walken? Christopher Walken. Yes. He knows. He knows what happened. Sworn to silence. What do you do with the salt, and what kind of salt? I like to use coarse, kosher salt. But if I'm in a pinch, I use any salt. The more pure it is, without being, an iodine type thing, the better. I've used pink Himalayan. But I'll tell you, a really good protection is I put little white ramekins, like a little creme brulee type thing, a little white ramekin, and put just a little bit of salt. You don't have to put a whole big bunch of salt. A little bit of salt. Put them in the furthest four corners. So if this was my house, I would put one right in this corner, one right in this corner, and in the opposite corners. No matter where they are, I would put them the closest to the corners that I could get. And that salt forms a protective barrier. Love it. Love it. Okay. Christopher Walken. Yep, he knows. Borax. I use 20 Mule Team Borax. I use it to put it in when I mop floors. I put it in and I sprinkle it outside the door across the thresholds, and no spiders. Except it's been raining a lot and it keeps running off. So, but other than that, let me see. So I've got one more thing that I want to do tonight. We'll do it for 10 minutes. And what I'm going to do here is this. And please don't make me regret it. Yeah, you have to be careful because borax is toxic, but I also use, and I prefer diatomaceous. I think that's what it's called. Diatomaceous earth, but the food grade, because that won't hurt. And I'll give it to them for worms sometimes. So there you go. Denise Wells, 40 years ago. Job interview in DC. Her grandfather was my father's best friend. Her son was 4 years old. I'll look into it, honey. I'll look and see. Okay. And you'll see salt all the time when you sweep, but salt is the answer to whatever questions you. Exactly. And you know what else I do? I'll sprinkle salt in my carpet because we have fleas here. I mean, and I do diatomaceous earth, food grade. Yes. Thank you. That's what I like to put out too. If it get really bad, like for mice, I'll put out the borax, but I don't put it in the inside. I like diatomaceous earth, but make sure you get food grade. That's important. We used to do that on the farm. We used to do that. We would give it to cattle and everything else. So, okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take one call. Give me 5 minutes. Ask me a question about, about Nancy Guthrie or wherever. This is the link to my StreamYard. Do not turn your camera on. And we'll pick somebody to come in if you want to come in and say hello. And I'll see you if you want to come on in. And if you don't, then we're gonna say goodbye in about 7 minutes. So there we go. So don't turn your camera on, and just be kind. No bad language. No nothing else like that, please. So if you want to come on in, come on in. We'll take a call. We'll see what you're thinking. And we'll answer it. But we'll just do just a few minutes. So we're waiting. We're waiting. I think that's the right link. I'm pretty sure that is. I've never done this before. It's a first. It's a first. I've never done it before. And people are telling me, oh gosh, don't do this. You know why? Because sometimes you get the people that are standing outside say, well, you know what? I saw that tornado go up over my house. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be careful of that. So come on in, my darlings. Click on the link. It's in the description. I pinned it. Don't be shy. Oh, here we go. We got our first caller. We're going to add you to the stage. Hello, Kitty Cat Mom. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Lady Zelda. This is the best. I love this show.
Thank you. I'm so excited to have you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. It is amazing. I love all your shows.
Thank you.
But this one, I love it that nobody has forgotten.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for calling, Kitty. Because look, I can trust you that you're not going to talk about body parts and say things you shouldn't
Oh,
say,
no.
right?
No.
I was kind of holding my breath because you just never know, right? You just
No.
never know because people don't talk. Sometimes you don't talk in the chats, and then all of a sudden,
No, I
we get
talk in
some rogue
chats
person.
like I talk in person.
Well, I'm so glad that you're here. What do you want to know? What do you think? Just give me a short idea about, or who do you want to talk? Nancy? What? Give me an idea of what you want to say to our dear community.
Well, all I really know now is about Nancy and our sweet John.
Yes.
But I love to hear what other people have to say about other people that I don't know that are missing and cases that are still open. And the work you do is amazing. The investigation,
Thank you.
it amazes me. So that's all I wanted, just to thank you
Thank you so much
for you being you. If
Well,
you
I
know, you
appreciate
know.
you. If you know, you know. You get some hearts there for being. You're going down in history, my darling.
Ooh, I'm the first.
Hearts. You got
I'm a
some hearts.
virgin.
Yeah.
Again.
You be that Madonna song, right? You could be that Madonna song. We've got someone else that's waiting. And
bye. Love you.
Love you, my darling Kitty. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And everyone say goodbye to Kitty. I'm going to ask this next caller to turn off the camera, please. If you can hear me, my darling mama. Let me see if I can turn. Oh, there you go. Okay. Thanks, darling. You be well, okay? You take care. Okay, that was nice. That was nice. Okay. But you got to hang up. Okay. So there, first of all, I want to answer this question. For Ruby, salt lamps are very dangerous if you have cats, especially. Or I would have a salt lamp. I think they're wonderful. And believe me, if you would have ever come to a previous office of mine, you would see this. You would see something like this, and rows of books. And I'm just going to give you a little hint of something that I learned a long time ago from one of my law enforcement friends. And one of those law enforcement friends basically was, they said poker and war games are the same thing. It's all negotiation. It's how many cards you're holding. It's what cards you're holding. And it's all bluffing. And when you can think of that, that works. Here we go. We got another caller coming, and then we will end it for tonight. Okay, my darlings, this is the last call. Here we go. Mambo. Is it Mambo?
Yeah, Mambo.
Thank you. Welcome to the stage, my darling.
Oh, no problem. My son-in-law calls me that.
Oh, don't you love that, though? I love it.
Yeah, I do too. I just had a question.
Yes.
A while back, you said you might tell us something about Samantha Guthrie. And I don't know if you ever did, or if you plan to do that in the future, which is fine.
I did this last Saturday. You may have missed it because it was at the end. But I will tell you that, and I have nothing against any political party whatsoever, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. But there's documentation that shows that she and only 2 other people with NBC are considered to be involved in a mess that we had with the last election.
Oh, wow.
And there are many, many, many others as well. But she stands out to be one of them. And that was, and I got to tell you that Nancy Guthrie had some things on her Facebook. Everybody, freedom of speech, everybody's allowed to say what they're allowed, but some of the things down. So, it is what it is, but that's what it was.
Okay, I guess I missed it. I'll go back and look at it.
I don't know how you would ever find it because it was
Oh,
like
okay.
3.5 hour or 4 hour type thing.
Oh, yeah, that was a long one.
Yeah, it was. It
I
was a
enjoyed
long.
it. I enjoyed it.
Thank you, but that's pretty. That's pretty much
Okay.
the crux of it. That
Okay,
right
great.
there is pretty much the crux. So
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
you're welcome
I
so much.
love you.
Love you too, darling. Thanks for
Okay.
calling in. All righty.
Bye.
Bye. That's nice from Mambo. We have one more caller, and this is our darling Wolf Clan. Wolf Clan, welcome to the stage. Hello, my darling. How are you? One more caller, and this is. Oh, you might want to turn down your system or your volume. Hello, my darling. How are you?
Well, hello. I'm so glad to be calling.
I'm so glad that you are too. You might want to turn down your volume on your end, honey.
There's that better?
That's better. We're getting a reverb a little bit.
Okay, good. I had my TV going with the phone.
There you go. There you go.
I'm just so excited I figured this out.
Well, I am excited. Listen, this is the first time for me, and I've been doing this for a minute. So I'm seeing other people do it. I know that people like to get opinions and everything. So what do you have to say tonight? What do you have to say tonight?
I'm just so excited. I love seeing crime. I've always been interested in trying to solve things. And I love that you are I just love being able to get your opinions and see how you do it.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. It's quite frankly, it is hard, and it is definitely has been hard. And sometimes there's cases that are so heartbreaking. I have to step back for a minute, but I appreciate you being here. And I always love seeing you in the chat and all kinds of other good things. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much, Lady Zelda. You've made my evening so wonderful. Just made my evening. I got to talk to you.
Oh, well, bless you, my darling. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Well, thank you for being here.
I appreciate you. And I appreciate all your mods and the chat. Y'all are wonderful. I just love this place.
Oh, good.
I spend every chance I can watching all your shows and catching your lives.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, we're definitely making history tonight. We sure are. We're definitely making history.
Well, I love it.
Thank you. I do too. Thank you for being here, my darling Wolf Clan.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lady Zelda. And you take care now. Get you some rest sometime.
Will do. Will do.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Take care, hon.
Honey, you too. Bye.
Bye.
You guys are just darlings. You're wonderful. But I've got to tell you that time has come, and I just cannot think, right, that the time has gone so fast. Dippity. Right, Dippity. Such a wonderful opening night for the Still Case. Will be tuned in every Monday evening as well as Thursdays and Saturdays. Yeah, I hope so. I hope you'll be here. This was fun with the live calls, and we'll do it again. And listen, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you. So I think that's pretty much it with the live calls. We're not going to take any more. So if you are trying to call in, because it is 9:30 and I got a little work to do before we say goodbye, or after we say goodbye rather. So, but anyway, I wanted to thank each and every one of you for showing up, showing out, showing what you got. I want you to be, I like the live calls too. I like them too. All of you are so kind and sweet. So, love you, Lady Zelda. Everyone have a fantastic night. So here's the thing. I'll know in a couple of days where my watch hours are. That's my goal. Now, I'm not going to ask you for money. Just watch an ad or two. That helps me, okay? And if you want to donate, you're more than welcome to donate too. I ain't going to stop you. But this is a goal of mine. So this will be something that I just cannot wait to continue. So thank you so much. And stay tuned for the next video. And stay tuned for the outro. And then I'd like to have each and every one of you say goodnight like we always do. So thanks again for being here, my darlings. I appreciate you so much. You guys are the absolute best. And have a good night. And let's make these cases, no more still cases. All right. I think that's the most important thing. You be well, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.
For now, the files will close, but the questions remain. Every detail matters, every voice deserves to be heard, and every case is worth another look. Subscribe and join us as we continue searching beyond the silence for what was missed, what was hidden, and what may still be waiting to be found. Until next time, this case remains still.
By the way, hold on. I got things going crazy. Thank you so much. What? Thank you for your donations. Sounds like outer space. Bye.